Hey guys, this is God of Politics. We're going to a brand new video, but before we get started this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But in today's video, I will be doing an updated Senate elections predictions video. Now, I haven't really been making videos in quite a while, and so I haven't done any Senate predictions in a while. I believe the last one I did must have been, I think, in October of last year, so it's really been a long time, but I am back now. And I am going to be making this Senate election prediction video. As many of you may know, the situation is not looking too good for the Democratic Party. They've got a lot of seats to defend, most notably Arizona, Georgia, as well as Nevada and New Hampshire. Those are the states that they really have to defend. As for the Republicans, the number one state they have to defend is obviously Pennsylvania. You could sort of make the argument they're defending Wisconsin and North Carolina, but at this point, those races are very likely to stay in the Republican column. But regardless, I will go through all these predictions, giving my ratings for each one of them, seeing whether Republicans will take the Senate or not. Many people do suspect that they will, whereas earlier in the year of 2021, they really didn't expect the Republicans to take it. Many people thought that the Democrats would keep it. But Joe Biden is unpopular. Democrats haven't gotten a lot done with their Senate majority. And Republicans have gotten decent candidates in some of these races. I know they obviously missed out in states like New Hampshire, in states like Arizona. They don't have the best candidates. Maybe if Blake Masters wins the primary. Pennsylvania, they don't have the best candidates, but Ron Johnson is running again. Georgia, they've got Herschel Walker. So overall, the situation is looking pretty good for the Republicans. But enough talking, let's get right into the predictions. So starting with the safe Republican states, as I always do, it will be the usual states like Idaho, Utah, Alaska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. Missouri is a safe state. Iowa is a safe state because Chuck Grassley is running for re-election. Kentucky is a safe state. Rand Paul is going to win by a lot. Indiana is a safe state. I'm almost going to put Ohio as a safe state, but I will put it in likely, which for me likely is 5 to 10. Lean is 2 to 5. Tilt is 0 to 2. I'm going to put it as likely because I think that even in a more Republican year, it could be slightly under 10, and the Republican candidates aren't that great. But I would not be surprised at all if this race ends up being a complete blowout. Alabama is going to be a safe state. South Carolina is going to be a safe state. Florida, I'm probably going to put it, I think I might put it in likely for now just to be a little bit cautious, but Marco Rubio is going to win easily. Now, as for the safe Democratic states, we can see here, at least for the Republicans, are already up to 45. For the Democrats, they start off with 36. They'll get Hawaii safe, California, Oregon, Washington. That gets them up to 40. Illinois is a safe state. New York's a safe state with Chuck Schumer. Vermont is a safe state. Connecticut is a safe state. Maryland is a safe state. Even if Larry Hogan runs, Larry Hogan's almost certainly not going to win. State politics are different in national politics, and I don't even know if Larry Hogan's running. He probably won't. But even if he did, he would probably not win. But anyways, after the safe states here, we can see that both the Republicans and the Democrats have 45 seats, meaning that there are 10 seats here that I'm predicting, at least for now, will be under 10 percentage points here. So we can start with the likely margin states, and the first one I believe is going to be the state of North Carolina, and I believe that North Carolina could be slightly under 5 percentage points, but if we look at the recent results in the state, in 2016, last time this Senate seat was up, it did go by a likely margin, and that was in a presidential year. Now we've got a more Republican-leaning year. Democrats are running a candidate in Sherry Beasley that lost even last year. Republicans are probably going to be running Ted Budd or Pat McCrory. We're not exactly sure yet, but regardless, I think that at the end of the day, they'll end up winning by more than 5 percentage points. Ohio is another likely margin state. Ohio is a state that's really just gone far to the Republican column in recent years, although it has been pretty Republican already, but it has certainly gotten more Republican, and I think that it's going to show itself in this Senate race, going by at least probably 8, 9, maybe even more than 10 percentage points here. Florida is another state that I believe will go by a likely margin. Florida is a state that Republicans have done very well in recently. They've taken a registration advantage. They have got a lot of trends on their side. You had President Trump, who did very well here in 2020. So Republicans are in a strong position in the state of Florida. Marco Rubio is also a strong candidate, and I think that is going to show itself in 2022 with another resounding victory for him. I think he will do better than DeSantis, and I think he's going to do better than most other statewide Republicans have in quite a long time. Anyways, there are no likely Democratic states. Actually, I'll put Colorado as like the Democratic state. I actually could see this being around 5 to 6 percentage points, maybe if Republicans get a good candidate. But Colorado is similar to Ohio in the sense that it's just not been very competitive recently. Democrats flipped this Senate seat here in 2020. Michael Bennet is probably going to win quite easily as well. I'm not even sure if Republicans have any decent candidates running at the moment. If they do run a decent candidate, if it's a good year for them, maybe they can make it under 5 percentage points. But for right now, I'm saying probably about maybe 7, 8 percentage points or so. But anyways, those are all of the likely margin states. Republicans just 2 or 3 seats, I should say, shy of a Senate majority. Democrats 4 seats. Getting into these lean margin states first, I think Wisconsin is a lean margin state. Now, honestly, I should probably put this as a likely margin state. I think as of now, it probably goes by about 4 to 5 percentage points. Ron Johnson, many people don't like him, but he is a decently strong candidate. He ran ahead of Trump in 2016. He won, obviously, first in 2010. He is running again. He's going to have good fundraising numbers. He's going to be going against a probably quite fractured Democratic primary process, and so I think that that's going to be to his benefit. At the end of the day, I could see this going by around 4 to 5 percentage points, maybe 5, 6, 7 points, but at the end of the day, Ron Johnson's going to win fairly comfortably. I'm also going to put Georgia as a lean Republican state. I really don't think Democrats are in a strong position in Georgia at the moment. That's not to say that Democrats cannot pull this out, but right now, even with the trends we're seeing in the Atlanta area, even with all of that, Democrats are really just not in a good position right now. They didn't get the voting rights stuff passed to kind of motivate a lot of the base. They didn't get Build Back Better. Biden is unpopular right now. Raphael Warnock is not that popular. Herschel Walker is in a pretty strong position to win this race, and I think as of right now he does it by about 2 to 3 percentage points here. I believe that the Republican wave is really just going to be too strong for some candidates, even like Raphael Warnock, to win this race. I mean, he barely won in 2021. He won by about 2 percentage points, and that's not to say the win wasn't impressive, but it was a close race, and when you're having a much more Republican year than that, the chances of him winning are really not that great, but we will see what happens. Anyways, Republicans are already up to 50 seats here, and that is very interesting because as for the Democrats, I actually don't think they have any lean margin states, so we've got 4 seats here. Democrats would need to win all of them to get the Senate majority, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to put Arizona, Nevada, and Pennsylvania all at tilt Republican. I'm going to put New Hampshire as lean, or tilt Democrat, I should say, but honestly, I could see this race going Republican as well. The state Senate majority leader, I believe, is running for the Republican Party, or at least is about to announce. The president of the New Hampshire Senate, I should say, the Chuck Morse is running. It could be Don Bolduc, who would not be the best candidate. He was the candidate in 2020, obviously didn't do very well. So right now I am putting that at tilt Democrat, but honestly that's going to be a very close race. I could see it going either way, just like in 2016. Now as for these other 3 states, Pennsylvania, I would put it at lean Republican, other than the fact that the Republican candidates really aren't that good. Connor Lamb has gotten a decent amount of momentum lately. Maybe he is a stronger candidate for a general election, and if he is, that does put Democrats in a slightly better position here, but as of right now, I do believe that the Republicans still pull it out, just because of the sheer level of a wave year that this is going to be. Now, it's not going to be, I don't think, to the level of 2010. Maybe it's to the level of 2014. I don't know. But it's going to be a strong year for Republicans. And to argue that an open seat that Joe Biden only won by 1 percentage point is going to go to the Democrats, that's just a hard pill for me to swallow. And so for right now, I'm going to say that this is a tilt Republican race. But honestly, I would not be surprised if it went to the Republicans by more than that. As for Arizona, I'm only putting it tilt because the Republican candidate in Blake Masters, I actually don't believe is that strong. I believe Brnovich would be a stronger candidate. I do believe that he would win probably by about a lean margin, but this is a similar situation. You've got Mark Kelly, who's not a bad candidate here, but it's just a situation where the president is unpopular. He's in a very close state. He's not in the best position here. Now, the polls that we do have do show Mark Brnovich winning, but we do have a lot of undecideds here. The Trump endorsement could make a big difference. So there's still a lot of uncertainty in this race about who's going to be the Republican candidate. Mark Haley's obviously going to be the Democratic candidate going up against them. But regardless of who it is, I think at the very least it's tilt Republican. Now, as for Nevada, this is a very interesting one because currently Republicans are doing very well in registrations, I believe. They've got decent candidates for both the Senate and governor races. As for the Senate race here, we can see we have had a few polls. Trafalgar did have Republicans leading. OH Predictive Insights did have Catherine Cortez Masto leading. So, it's going to be a very close race. But again, the fact that it's going to be a good year for Republicans, I believe, is going to overcome a lot of these things. You're going to have Republicans doing better with Latino voters here. You're going to have them doing better with suburban white voters as well. You have Biden's unpopularity. That's not going to help the situation. And so I think overall, this is another very, very marginal state. And I think that Democrats, at the end of the day, are probably going to lose it. But again, just like Arizona, just like Pennsylvania, just like New Hampshire, these are still races that could go either way. But for right now, I am saying that the Republicans end up with 53 seats. Democrats end up with 47. This would be a net gain of 3 for the Republicans, flipping Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia. It would set them up in a strong position for 2024. In this scenario, they'd also win the House. And in 2024, they'd gain states like Montana, Ohio, West Virginia, maybe even more than that, giving them probably at least 56 seats in the Senate here. And given the way it's going with the presidency right now, they have a good chance of winning that as well, meaning we could have a Republican trifecta with a strong Senate majority and a strong House majority. So very, very big developments going on right now. I will continue to cover it, hopefully. I feel good to be back making this prediction because I do have a lot of thoughts on these races that I am fortunate enough to be able to tell you all about. Thank you all for watching this video. And I really enjoyed that. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But again, guys, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.